Let's start off with the team that is on the west side of Chicago. Unfortunately, we got to talk about them Chicago Bulls, man. The Chicago Bulls actually have won 2 in a row. They actually won a nice comeback game. I think they were down like 25 points to Anthony Edwards, and the Minnesota Timberwolves came back to win that game, had a record 16 blocks in that game. Then after doing absolutely nothing in the trade deadline, they came back, had a comeback win last night against, I don't even know who the fuck plays for the Grizzlies, but won that game. And they are currently 25-27 and a ninth, comfortably in the ninth seed of the NBA play-in tournament. As for Arturas Karnisovas, I say we're in the middle. No, they're not. They are right now at 3.5 games out of the 6th spot. And look at the teams that's in front of them: the Orlando Magic, who are 3 games ahead of them, the Miami Heat, and the Indiana Pacers. They're not crossing any of those fucking teams. They are stuck in the middle of mediocrity. It's not even called I can't even call it mediocrity. I think calling the Bulls mediocre is disrespectful to actual mediocre teams. Those niggas are a fucking disgrace. And you come out here, and one thing that really cracks me up about press conferences from Reinsdorf employees, you learn absolutely nothing. And it must be great to have job security, because literally you can listen to John Paxson, you can listen to motherfucking Gar Foreman, you can listen to Jay Cross in the last couple of years, you can listen to Arturas Karnisovas, and you can listen to Rick Hahn before Kenny Williams. I don't know who the new GM, Chris Getz. It's all the same shit. All the same shit. They love the job security that they have. The Bulls did nothing to trade deadline. Let's be very clear. There was not a move out there. What we wanted is what we all knew wasn't going to happen. We knew that the Bulls weren't going to pick a direction. We heard that they tried to trade Alex Caruso. They tried to trade him to the Warriors. They wanted Jonathan Kuminga back. And I like Alex Caruso too. But as for Jonathan Kuminga back, it's kind of crazy. It's very well. I'd have hung up on them niggas too if I was the Warriors. Like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? So, you got that. They didn't trade Andre Drummond, which they could have got a couple picks for. Didn't trade DeMar DeRozan. And not only did they not trade DeMar DeRozan, Casey Johnson of NBC Sports in Chicago, he's one of the main guys on the Bulls beat, says he expects the Bulls and then DeMar DeRozan come to agreement on a contract extension this offseason, which means that Dante's boy Patrick Williams is probably not far behind, unfortunately. They are stuck in the middle of, I don't even know. It doesn't anger me anymore. It doesn't anger either one of us anymore, because like we said in the main show, I just treat them niggas as like what it is, man. But I want Bulls fans, because if you look at the stand, if you look at the stats, the only stat that matters is the money. The Bulls lead the league in attendance right now. They lead the league in attendance. They're still one of the most popular teams in the sport. You can go on the road, wherever you see when they play the Lakers. There's still mad fans here. They have a big fan base, global fan base. They're in the top 5 of most lucrative franchises in sports in America every year. They're making money, man. They're still living off that 90s nostalgia. And I see a lot of Bulls fans on my timeline like mad and shocked at what this happened. This is who they are. Pappy said this a long time ago. Said the Bulls got lucky with Michael Jordan. They had nothing else. And I didn't want to embrace that at the time, but it's facts. Right. It's facts, man. Outside of the couple years we had Derrick Rose healthy, it's been nothing, man. This is who they are. They are a team that had a legendary run, in my opinion, the greatest dynasty in professional sports history. And they have done nothing since. They are only a legendary team in name. They have done nothing else of the sort, and this is just what it's going to be. I understand that the Reinsdorf don't want to do, a rebuild. Rebuilds in the NBA are tough. Rebuilds in Major League Baseball are tough, but you got to pick a direction. But the reason why I feel like even the rebuild wouldn't change things, because one thing I will give Garpax, at least their draft picks hit the fucking floor. Like what have any of AK and Mark Eversley's draft picks done? Nothing. And so that's why I would be afraid of that too. So I just feel like it's a circle of shit. And as a Bulls fan, and you got to do what you got. You got to ignore these motherfuckers. I'm not telling you to stop rooting for them, because I will never stop rooting for them. But you gotta move on. I think we're at the age now where you got to understand that most owners don't give a fuck about winning. As long as you niggas keep coming to the United Center, as long as y'all keep tweeting that Steve Red shit and wearing the jerseys, paraphernalia, Jerry don't care, Michael don't care. They're gonna keep doing what they do, man. And that's just really the pretty much to wrap that up, man. What's your opinion? What's your thoughts? I already know your thoughts. What are you thinking currently about this franchise?
I'm about to say, I know we shouted out Baldwin Eye before this, so niggas know how I feel. Already. That's in the air. But in terms of the current situation, it's one of those things where once again, you know your owner and you know what to expect. I never thought I would get to the point where I felt like AKME Acme was worse than Garpax, but I 100% can say that without any hesitation. They are worse than Garpax because at least one thing Garpax did, even though we're the play-in is this new regime's playoffs. But one thing about Garpax, not only did they make the playoffs, but they drafted well.
Yeah.
Like they were going to the draft and get you a player you knew could be productive. These niggas are drafting bench players.
Who's the only good player on this team right now? Kobe White. Who drafted him?
Garpax. Like it's a fucking like it's a joke right now. Yeah. And not only that, when you look around the league and Laurie's a fucking star, bro. Like he's a star.
Don't even get me started.
He's a star.
How many nights do we watch this nigga wishing he would be doing this, bro?
Bruh, how many nights did we watch that man and you could tell he just gave up because like Boylan had just broke him. Like Boylan wouldn't give him the ball, wouldn't let him do what he does. Like he has elite positional size, but he has a skill set of a 2 or a 3. Like so it's like let him cook, and they would not do it. And to make just throw salt in the wound, the starting point guard in the Utah Jazz is Chris fucking Dunn.
Bruh.
Like, so I mean, it's the state of the Bulls is they're gonna make the play in, get their little revenue bonus, and crap out every year. They're gonna sign DeMar. They're gonna sign DeMar. They'll probably trade Zach. Hover right around their luxury tax and lie to you niggas and say, yeah, we're competing for the playoffs. But at this point, you've been getting the same story for about 10 years now. So like,
and paying DeMar at this age is insane. And I like DeMar a lot, but paying him
it's just insane. Like when we paid D-Wade. And he wasn't even one of our homegrown niggas. And you paid when he was 40 years old. That was dumb as fuck.
D-Wade to sell tickets, and it worked.
Yeah. So no, I think it's at a point with both organizations owned by that guy. Unless they catch lightning in a bottle, expect losing. Like that. That's what are you shocked for? Unless you catch lightning in a bottle like 2005. He doesn't hire people. That's the crazy part. How are you gonna be cheap and not hire people that draft well? At least hire good scouts.
And that's the thing that the biggest issue with me for Garpax was they never took the big swings necessary. That was my issue. They always drafted well, and they made solid free agent signings. But when it came to, they told LeBron, "Oh, your friends can't be on the jet." Like this is 25-year-old LeBron James. You put your whole goddamn family on the jet. I don't give a fuck.
You can't wear headbands. Like this team is a joke.
What kind of dumbass rule is that? You can't wear fucking headbands, and shit like that. And they didn't want to give up Tyrese Thomas to get Amari Stoudemire one year. There was all these different players they could have got. That was my issue with Garpax. My issue with AK and like we just said on the main show, what the fuck does Mark Eversley do? Like they don't do anything. Like the fact we haven't made a trade, not making a trade in 3 calendar years is insanity. Like, no matter what way you want to slice it, that shit is crazy. Then he went up there and bless all the Bulls fans who watched that press conference, because I just read the quotes that came down on my timeline. And that man, AK, said, well, if you look across the league, deadline deals don't really help anything. Motherfucker, the Lakers made the West Conference Finals last year because of deadline deals. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, that's just complete, incompetence right there, man. And what do you think? And I know what your answer is going to be. By is there any hope for Bears fans? Like I'm a bit for Bulls fans. I know Bulls fans, and since we're on Patreon, I can say this. I know a lot of y'all like when Jerry dies, it's gonna change. No nigga, Michael the same. And what have you seen from Michael Reinsdorf that made you think he's any different?
The Chicago Bulls are their cash cow. Like, I think it's sad that we're at a point where like the Reinsdorf family, the McCaskey family, they're like the Bus family, except they don't fucking win. Like the teams are all they have, but they don't have the same instincts of the Bus family to say, well, you know what? Let's at least try to spend, win championships because then we'll make the money back. These motherfuckers are like, you know what? Let's just be okay. Matter of fact, a lot of people don't know this. The only reason they have revenue sharing in Major League Baseball is because of Jerry Reinsdorf.
Yep.
This motherfucker is in the second largest market in the nation. And was like, no, yo, I need a handout. Like, let's set this up so I get this money every year. So like that's the mentality of the people that run your team. Like it is what it is, bro, and it ain't gonna fucking change.
I know a lot of Bulls fans do not like Joe Cowley, and I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm a fan of his either. But he was saying some real shit in the article he posted today. He said sometimes you gotta blame yourself, Bulls fans, for enabling this shit. It's like if you keep allowing a person to treat you wrong and you keep getting upset, after a while you can't blame the person because you allow them to do that. You watching the games. I haven't watched. I don't even think I've watched 3 Bulls games front to back this year. And I pay no attention to them. I love the team. Like I always say, I will never stop being a fan of the Bulls. I just will never will. I got love for them. Go ahead.
Real quick. Guess what team leads the NBA in attendance? It's the
Bulls.
Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
They average 20,000 fucking fans a night. So you give them no incentive to change. At least with the White Sox, we don't show up unless it's a really good team. Like you niggas are packing this bitch out every night. So like
and buying the merchandise.
Bro, he in his suite smoking cigars. Like, hey, business is booming, baby. What are we changing? What are we stopping?
I don't have the exact number in front of me, but if you Google highest sold NBA teams merchandise, the Bulls the top 3. Bulls. I know that for a fact. It's them, Knicks, and the Lakers. I can guarantee that shit.
That paper on this player haters, old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not.